Hey guys, welcome back. Drip Coach here with Drip and Farm for Poverty, where we don't trust, we verify, and operate with integrity and transparency. So let's dive in. Today we got an update on the Dripx ecosystem. Technically, you'll be seeing this days after, but this came out actually already yesterday for me. So let's read the update on X and see what they're talking about. In our quest for a deflationary future, we've recently reduced the daily mining cap to 8 billion tokens a day. Yep, I was going to comment on that, and it's already something that they put out in a public post, which is cool. You will see here, 8 billion is the new cap. Awesome. This move is aimed at promoting sustainability, lowering daily inflation, and enhancing token value over time. Over time is the key word here because they still got some work in the short run. Additionally, we've observed an external bot leveraging the buy and burn function to manipulate the price chart. To counter this, buys and burns will now serve as a reserve for liquidity provision. This adjustment ensures a more stable and fair market environment. So let's take a look at that. So we had the buy and burn, which now they call the reservoir. And before, there was an ability every 10 minutes for you to call that function. And I got into it in the very beginning. I was able to call it. But recently, it's only been called. This is the contract here. No, this is the contract here. And it's been called by this bot. And they have accumulated about $3,000 in fees. So you see that literally, let's go back to the first page. All these transactions, like these are failed. So they didn't go through at the right time. But they're just constantly calling the contract. So this is a bot here. And this one is when it actually went through. And then here it is again, blah, 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 right? So they activate and call that contract. And then they were able to get that couple pennies, like 60 cents, 70 cents or whatever. But that adds up fairly quickly because this wallet has $3,846 in wrap drip, $3,500 in wrap drip. And it all came from calling that contract fees. So glad they fixed that and changed it to a system now where this vault is here and it will get triggered based off of a miner that is claimed. So now it is based off of people that are actually have skin in the game in the ecosystem. Because before, anybody could have came over and interact with the contract, and probably the person who runs the bot doesn't have actually any tokens or something like that. Or if they probably are familiar, so they might have had something, but it's just people trying to get as much as they can, man. That's just the way these systems work. You always have a handful wrecking it for everybody else. So now every 10 minutes, a miner claim can trigger an injection of liquidity, strengthening the price floor over time. So now whenever this is available, so like right now it is ready, and this will trigger the actual liquidity injection. So let's see, I think I have some miners available. Let's see if I can get in on that. Let's see. So I got to claim these miners. Could be somebody else in the time that it takes me to open my ledger up, but it's cool now that it's actually a function by people within the community, which I think is a great move. So it's $1.56 and gas for 2 miners, I guess. Then let's see if that updated. Yep, looks like I might have been the one. Cool. So I got triggered, and now in 10 minutes, if somebody else makes a claim, then it will be available. So now I have this 5 million Dripx tokens available to stake. Let's go over to the next piece. To further support price stability, the team will provide manual buybacks and weekly external revenue from the vault. So we still have this over here in the vault over on Pulse. 1.4 million is the staked balance. You remember, this is kind of dynamic based off of the value of the assets they have paired, and everything is kind of dropped a bit, but it's still bringing some liquidity back, which is good to see. So the big issue that I see that I've mentioned multiple times, and we see that now the token has dropped even more, is there's no incentive really for people to stake. So yes, staking allows you to get those buybacks, but from what I'm seeing, how people are playing the game based off of the amount of Dripx tokens in wallets sitting here now, It appears as though most people are just holding their claim. So they're claiming, like I have right now. So say, for example, perfect example, right now I have 5.8 million. If you're getting tokens every day, every couple days, well, it doesn't take long for you to accumulate, you know, a couple, multiple tens of millions, hundreds of millions, even billions of tokens, and wait for just any kind of little price increase and then just dump the tokens. So I don't see a way right now in the short term. That's why I said this comment that they mentioned up here, enhancing token value over time. They've got some work to do for that, because there's just a lot of people that are playing the game differently. Even when you try to design it to be long-term sustainable, there's people that are just going to do what they can to get their money out, and rightfully so. I mean, everybody plays the game differently. Even though the mechanics are in here to try to create sustainability, people will try to make a quick flip as quick as possible. So I think there's still going to be a lot of massive inflation all the way to up to day 100. So right now we're at 52. So if we look at, so there's just under 8, that's over 8, over. So everything is already over that 8 billion cap for the most part, all the way up into that 100-day mark. So, and I don't see a lot of people actually purchasing miners to extend and get those buybacks, not buybacks, but the payouts to be increased. So after day 100, we're definitely a lot lower. So you see that now. Well, we're not quite at day 100 yet, but we're starting to hit some, oops, I'm going with power. We want days. We're starting to hit some days that were a little lower in the 6s, 7s, 8s. Yeah, so that's good. That one's still a big day. But what the team is doing, and that's good that they continue to monitor and try to make adjustments. And remember, again, we are still in the start of this bull run. So everybody's projecting at least another 18 months, 16, 18 months of sideways and up action, which means we should see some BNB price appreciation, which can definitely help things out. But the biggest issue, and I've mentioned this multiple times from multiple other projects, multiple times throughout the last 2 years, it's the hype and getting more liquidity in. So right now, from what I can tell, the bulk of people that are in are just already in, and they're not doing too much volume wise to add to this. Like, still, don't get me wrong, 75K of volume is a good amount, but if you want to see positive price appreciation, you have to basically have enough new volume come in to be able to pump the chart and stave off the people that are going to dump once those positive green candles come back in. So we're trending lower lows, and it's going to be a steep climb back out, because even though there are deflationary mechanics built in and the team has a lot of sustainability pieces, those that got in early will still be having a ass ton of Dripx tokens that they can dump. So it's going to be a little while before all of that comes out, and then you're seeing positive price appreciation. Like, I have no idea at what stage that kicks in. We don't have any Dune analytics for that, but I'd imagine if you start to see days where, for a trend of at least like a week or two, where it's under this 8 billion mark, and then the buy and burns are able to keep that off, and people have stopped accumulating massive amounts in their wallets, and that starts to slow down or get sold off, then I think that's a good thing. Like, you'll be able to start to slowly see positive price appreciation. But as long as, kind of like what happened with Drip, so as long as there's no incentive to lock up these Dripx tokens and people just want to hold them in their wallet, then you still have to shake those people out in order to see positive price appreciation, or get so much FOMO and volume in that it outruns that and forces people that are holding to sell and then buy back in. That's the only way. But again, shout out to the team for at least constantly monitoring, making changes, and, you know, fixing things like the bot and the buybacks and stuff like that. So it's definitely not dead by any means, still sitting at more than 2 million in total liquidity across both of these pools, and the contracts are all proxy upgradable contracts. So who knows what other things they can build on top of this. But for me, I mentioned this to Matt a while ago. I think what they should have is there should be, just like your miners will decay, there should have a decay on the token. That way you force people to play the game. If they don't want to play the game, then they go somewhere else. But there should have been a decay on tokens so people don't just stack them. So after 100 days, they start to depreciate as well. That personally would have been good, but I think when I mentioned that to Matt, he's like, yeah, you don't want to force people to do things. Well, the hell with that. Like, if it was my DApp, I would. Because at least you can have something that's sustainable and people can't exploit it in a certain way. Because people always find a way to try to exploit it. So it's your job as in my opinion, as a developer or whatever, to make the most sustainable mechanics for your platform and try to limit the exploits that someone can do. So real simple would have been to have a decay. The minute you put a token in your wallet, it starts to decay by that 1% per day. That way you're forced to do something with it. You stake it, it's cool. It stops decaying. But you pull it back out, it picks right back up to where it, was decaying off before. Then you'd have people right here that would just get rid of all these tokens and they would be locked in contracts like you want them to be. So to me, it's a super simple fix. I know it make a lot of people unhappy that have accumulated these tokens, but tough shit. You piss off a few people, but you enhance the longevity of the platform. That's my opinion. It's not my platform, but I'm still sitting on the neutral side to see how this plays out. This wallet will pretty much not ROI. So even by the end of the year, it will basically be about 50, maybe 65%. So this has been, for this one, it'll be a horrible litmus test. For the other one, I think it might get a 2x. Let's see. And it's all dashboard divs on this one. So this one's all with the miners sitting here. I got something I need to claim on this one. See, haven't been paying attention, but I will be eating that fee if I don't, or depreciation wise. So there's $18 in. Do I have enough gas in this wallet for this? I'll have to check back. I don't know. But anyway, this one ROI wise is looking at right at 100%. So this one will break even. The other one I'll be down about 50%. So it might be a net, and it's still early, but it would be a net loss of about 50% total. So, but we will see, because all it takes is a little token appreciation and the bull run for BNB to spike for this to turn around very easily. And of course, any additional changes the team makes to sustainability, that would help as well. All right, that's all I got. Smash that HBO special. Help brother out. Like, subscribe, comment down below. And until next time, live daily and achieve your impossible. See ya. Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? SPRITZ Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.